How's it going, you lot? A little bit of a different video this time. I've been wanting to make something like this for a couple of days because I've been having a lot of emails and PMs on Instagram, because I made an Instagram account so that you lot can contact me and ask me questions if you need any help with any Nitro stuff. But I've been getting also some comments as well, but the comments are comments, you know. As a collective, I've been getting a lot of people ask, you know, how do you afford to buy an RC car? Well, it goes back to that, how would you say, I suppose it's normal, isn't it? You know, how do you afford anything? I mean, this one's not my one. This is one that I've been working on for somebody else. But if you watch this channel, I've got 1 or 2 RC cars. How do you afford them? Because prices are going up. Well, I think a lot of you and a lot of people, and I don't know whether I've ever been caught in this trap before. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I'd like to think that I've come close, but I haven't actually been caught in it. With the rise of YouTube and social media, Instagram, TikTok, and all that kind of stuff, we all see more people with things that we want. And there's a trend in the modern world to try and look richer and wealthier than you actually are. Most of the time with borrowed money. Take out loans, finances, Klarna, all them kind of things, you know, to buy things that you otherwise can't afford, which makes you look like you can afford them. So when I keep getting these messages from people to say, I can't afford an RC car, I really want a Nitro car, but I can't afford one. How do you get them? How can anybody afford them? Well, I think that's a lot of the trouble. It's not the case for me. I work hard to be able to buy my car. I've got a couple of buggies, and some of the ones I've had ever since I was a kid. I don't generally sell things. Well, I don't generally sell things, full stop, if they're mine. I sell things that I buy to sell, just to keep me going, basically. So when you're watching YouTube, and maybe you're watching, I don't know, maybe some of you go I don't have TikTok. I have Instagram, but it's an account that I made. It's called English RC, and I think Haggard RC is the @ thing. That's primarily so that you lot can contact me. That was an avenue of contact for some of you lot, so that, you know, when people were saying, how can I contact you, I thought, well, if I make an Instagram account, you can all do that. But anyway, that's besides the point. When you're watching things on there and you see people with these brand new RC cars, you know, you go on YouTube. I don't watch much YouTube at all. I don't have an interest in watching many things, but also for me, a lot of the videos and channels on YouTube about RC, it's mainly people that keep buying brand spanking new RC cars, which is fine. Some people are able to buy them outright, but you'll probably find, and I don't know as fact, but you'll probably find a lot of them are using borrowed money, loans, finance things, as I said, Klarna and other things like that, to finance cars. A lot of RC shops now, to keep competitive, they offer finance on a Nitro car or any RC car. You'll probably see the little thing down there with Klarna. That's probably the biggest one. You see it all the time. And now you've got PayPal credit, PayPal buy, now pay later, all these different things. And it can make people seem as if, you know, they're just going out and just buying brand new RC cars all the time. Whereas a lot of the time they haven't even paid for them. Some people can't even pay for them. Just because you see somebody with a video of a brand spanking new £1,000 car or £700 car, or you know, what's an X-Max, 1,200 quid, 1,300 quid. You see somebody with one of those. Just because you've seen that video, that doesn't mean that they've not had that repossessed, because they haven't paid their instalments on it, or whatever you want to say. My point is, don't try to keep up with everyone you see on the internet. And the reason I'm telling you that is, none of this is financial advice, by the way. I'm the last person to give anybody any type of advice. All I can do is tell you the way I see the world and the way I see things and the way that I do things. So when I see somebody with a brand new RC car, and if I like that car and I want that car, I don't go, oh, well, if they've got it, I'm going to go and get it. If I want it, I'll either sell something that I've got of value, and I think to myself, that thing, let's just say, for example, let's just say this was mine. It's not mine, but let's say this was my car, and I wanted a brand new Savage XL, yeah? I think HP are bringing out a new Savage. Let's say I wanted a new one. I want that. Do I want this more than I want that new Savage? Or do I want that new Savage more than I want this car? And I'd think that to myself. And I think, well, actually I want that new Savage more than I want this one. So I'd sell this one. And then I'd sell some other stuff that I don't really want as much anymore. I'll weigh it up. It's like a pair of scales. What one do I want more? The Savage. Okay, yeah, so we'll get rid of the other stuff. I'll get that Savage. Instead of just borrowing money on finance deals and things like that, and then you've got both of them. Then you end up in a spiral of having things that you haven't yet paid for. To other people, that seems as if you're doing really well and you've got all this new stuff, and then they want all the new stuff. They're in the position that you was in when you wanted all the stuff that other people have got. It used to be years ago that if somebody had something brand new, or if somebody had something full stop, it was pretty much taken for a given that they were doing quite well, and they bought that outright. The mentality back then was, I'm saying back then, I mean even when I was a kid, in the 90s and the early 2000s, if you wanted something, you would work for it and you would buy it outright. Borrowing money was not really the thing to do. It was about, and you did do it, but it wasn't really the thing. If you wanted something, you bought it with your own dollar, your own cold hard money. So if you see somebody with something, you could rest assured they're doing quite well and they bought it. These days, if you see somebody with a brand new RC car, or you see all these YouTube channels that have got brand new ones all the time, probably, not necessarily. There are some channels that have done really well for themselves, and they probably have got the collateral behind them. Yeah, I'm not saying they're all the same, but don't necessarily think, well, they're rich, because they might not be. It might all be borrowed money. All that looking wealthy could just be a front, and that's the way that it is these days. If you see somebody in a flashy car driving down the road, they've probably borrowed that money, and it's probably on finance, and they're probably being strangled every month trying to afford the repayments on it. My advice is, don't make impulse purchases. If you want an RC car, you see on the internet, or you see some people with one, sleep on it for a week if you have to. Don't just make an impulse purchase. Don't make an impulse choice. I'm on the website. I'm looking at it. It's £500. It's £500. I can't afford £500. I can't buy it. Look, they do a finance offer. Look. It's only £50 a month or whatever it is. I don't know. I'll just get that then. I'll just do that. I would say think about it. Don't just do an impulse, I'll do that, because you might regret it later on. And is it really worth borrowing money to buy an RC car of any description, nitro or electric? My answer to that personally is no, it's not. Is it a necessity? No. It's a hobby, it's a luxury. Save your money, and then when you've got enough, sleep on it again and again, and then decide if you want to spend that money. That's my advice to you. So that's how you get them. That's how you get your nitro car. These things are great, but they're not worth getting yourself in any kind of spot of bother over. You know, it's just they're really not worth it. They're a great thing to have, a great hobby, but not worth borrowing money to buy. So, by working to get your nitro car, what do I mean? So if there's a specific one that you want, let's say that you specifically wanted the brand new HPI Savage XL, whatever it is, what's just coming out, but you can't afford that yet. I don't necessarily mean go to work and your job and try to save money up. That's a good way to do it. But what you can do is you can do what I've done for years. Buy one that you don't want. Find it cheap on eBay or somewhere like that. One that you don't want. You might think, I don't like this car. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean other people don't like it. And if you can buy that, it might be broken or it might look a bit worse for wear. Buy it and then clean it up, mend it, get it so it looks better than it did when you bought it. But make sure that you don't buy it. Do a little bit of research, a little bit of due diligence, and make sure that you don't buy it for more money or the top value of what it's worth, because then you can put some work into it and clean it and get it going, and you won't sell it and make any money. The idea is to make a bit of profit. Even if it's 10 or 20 pounds, it's still profit at the end of the day. Keep buying ones that you don't really want. Use them as a tool to make profit, to make money. That will slowly mount up, but you've got to have discipline. Don't spend that profit that you've made on ice cream or coffees, overpriced cost of coffees or things like that. Put it aside, keep the profit, and the money. Let's say you bought your car for £100 and you sold it for £120. That £20 goes aside. That £100 goes back and you buy another car. Ideally for less than 100, but £100 maximum. So you're spending the same and you've got your £20 aside. You buy another car for £100. You clean it up and you sell it for £130. That £30 goes aside. Your £100 is back. You buy another car, etc, etc, etc. That profit will mount up, and before you know it, you may have your £100 here, and you may have made for £500 in profit, which is sitting there. Put that there, you got your £600 potentially, and you can go and buy yourself the one that you want. It takes time, you know. That was just an example. You may make more money, you may make less money. You know, you might be able to buy a car. I mean, I used to be able to buy second-hand broken nitro cars for £8, £10, £20. I'd get them running, I'd sell them for £50, £60, £70 or more sometimes. Not by me asking ridiculous prices, although I do ask top dollar on some of them. Just put them up for auction, or just if you get a couple of people that are interested in it from whatever means, let them bid against themselves. Just say, look, the first one, this is what I want, whichever one you want to pay it, and you'll get there. And that way, when you eventually buy the one that you want, you're more proud of it because you've earned that money. You haven't borrowed it and you haven't got that debt on your shoulders that you've got to repay it. You've worked for it, you've got the money, you've handed the money over, you've bought it, and now you've got your prize. You feel better about yourself. And as I say, you don't look at it every day and thinking, oh, I borrowed £600 to buy this, I've got to pay so much this month, I've got to keep paying it. Debt is no good. It's on your shoulders. It weighs you down. You want to be free. You want to buy stuff with your own money, and that's easy. Just don't be. You need a little bit of discipline when it comes to it, because if you make a bit of profit and then you see it and it burns a hole in your pocket and you spend it, you're back to square one. I suppose as well as that, live a little bit more frugally in your normal life. I know you don't need me to tell you how to live your life, but if you can live a little bit more frugally, do you really need to spend all the money you spend on food, name brands, your clothes, branded clothes and things like that? I mean, I very seldom buy clothes unless I have to. Maybe if you want a Nitro car or any RC car, do what I said about buying and selling ones, getting them going and selling them to make a bit of profit, but look at the way that you live your life as well. Maybe you're spending too much money on things you don't need. Netflix, Apple TV, subscriptions to Ring and Amazon and all that kind of stuff. We don't have any of that. We don't have Amazon. We don't have any subscription services in any manner, because they're a waste of money. When it comes to photo storage and things like that, I just have a hard drive. You buy it once and you use it. Just think about things that you may be spending more money on that you don't necessarily need to. Loads of people probably have Netflix and they watch one film every month. That's a waste of money. Spotify, music, Amazon Music. Do you really need those services? If you save that $7.99, if you save that $7.99 a month, that will add up. And in a few months or maybe a year, you'll have, what's $7.99 times 12? I haven't got a bloody clue. But it'll be more than if you didn't have it. Does that make any sense? That's what I do sometimes when I want something. If I need something, or if I just simply want something, I think to myself, okay, I want that now. Can't afford it now. How can I make myself afford it? And I look at things that I'm spending money on at the moment, and I think, well, I don't need that. Okay, I won't buy that anymore. Do I need to be spending? Quite often the one that I look at is a mobile phone contract. At the moment I'm on the rock bottom, can't get any cheaper, unfortunately. It's about £10 a month for my mobile phone contract, but at one point I was paying about £30 a month, and I was looking at that and I'm thinking, I don't use any of this data really. I think I had something like 300 gig of data, and I think, I don't use that. I use about 40 gig a month at the very max. A lot of the time it's less, so I don't need 300. So I simply phoned them up and said I don't want this anymore, and I got it down to £10 a month. But the ironic thing is that's with more data than I had before, so I've ended up with more mobile phone data than I had before. I was paying £30 a month, now I'm paying £10 a month, and I've got more data. Doesn't matter, but that's the point I'm trying to make. Look at everything that you're doing. A lot of the time you may be getting ripped off, which was in my case, even though I didn't really want the data, but I've ended up with more. Have you got delivery passes for supermarkets and things like that? Do you use them? Do you get your money's worth? Will it be better if you just didn't have it? Try going to the shop yourself and picking up your own food, instead of having it delivered, if you can do that. That's what I started to do. We used to have our food delivered. Tesco, Sainsbury's and all that, whatever, used to deliver it to our house. It's like £3 or £4 each time. Well, now I just drive down to the supermarket and get it myself. You don't need all that kind of stuff. There's not really a lot else I can say. The amount of people asking me, saying to me, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this Nitro car, but I just can't afford it. I'm watching your videos and I really want one, but I can't afford it. Some of them are probably a bit of a hint if they want a free one, which isn't going to happen. That being said, I may do another raffle soon. But anyway, that's what you need to do. Just look at things like that. And if you've got everything squared away, you can't save any money with the way that you're living your general life, just buy some Nitro cars, go on eBay, don't overpay for them. Do not overpay, because that's when you'll come unstuck. You buy one and you can't get rid of it for more money, or even you can't even break even. That's when you've made a problem. You've made a mistake. But the thing is, you learn by mistakes. That's how you learn. So sometimes you need to make a few mistakes. I've definitely made those kind of mistakes. I've bought a Nitro car thinking, I really like this car, this is a good car, other people are going to love this car. I've bought it for what I thought was the high end, but I thought I could make some more money on them. There's a couple I can think of. I've cleaned them, I've got them running, I put them back up for sale, nobody's interested. I put the price down to what I paid for it, nobody's really interested. Until I put the price down to probably 20 or 30 pound less than I paid for it. I get a few bites and it sells. I've lost 30 quid. But what I've done is I've gained knowledge. I've gained experience. I've learned something. Don't do that again. People don't like those cars, those ones don't sell for that money. You need to get them for as little as you can if you intend on selling it. So there we go. It's not really advice. Don't take it as advice, but guidance, I would say. You know, if you want a car, I'd say just don't borrow money for it, because you'll always have that on your shoulders. You'll always look at it and think, I borrowed money for that. I didn't need to borrow money for that. Why did I do that? That's what happened. It's a hobby. Live to your means. Only get one if you've got that spare money aside. That way you won't resent it, you'll love it, and you'll enjoy it a lot more. So I encourage you, I thoroughly encourage you to go out and buy the non-running Nitro cars, get them running, clean them up, see how much you can sell them for, and keep doing it. You'll gain knowledge and experience of how they work, so that when you buy your one, you'll know all about it. It'll be great. Let me know in the comments if anything I've said makes sense to you, and if you've been doing it, or if you're going to start doing that to buy your first Nitro car, or just an RC car that you want. The fact that people are asking me questions on how do you afford them gives me the indication that some people just need a little bit of a nudge to realise how you can make a bit of extra money to be able to afford a hobby. Thanks for watching, take care, all the best. Think about sticking around if you like Nitro cars and RC cars and engines and things like that. You can also become a channel member if you want to. You get little perks, like you get to see each video before everybody else sees it. They always go members first on this channel. And I've also got a video series called Nitro RC for Beginners. So if you want to learn all about Nitro engines and Nitro cars and everything that comes with them, I've got loads of videos on there on how to tune, how to start them, how to do loads of things for beginners. You might find that handy. I'll see you later. All the best. Take care of you lot.